Or should I say NXT last night. What the fuck was that? Man, let me tell you something. If I didn't sound like that, I think I'd probably sound like this. Anyways, last night's NXT, folks, it's not too bad. It wasn't like last Wednesday's NXT. I mean, let's be honest. It really wasn't. So, let's go over what we got on the show. So, we got Ember versus Dakota with Raquel Gonzalez at ringside. Wasn't too bad of a match. And we got Kushida versus Cameron Grimes, which I was not interested in. We don't need to see it as twice as nice. And besides, I'm not really a fan of Cameron Grimes or his accent at all. I mean, Cameron Grimes almost sounds like this. Cameron Grimes! Cameron Grimes! Got Cameron Grimes in the fucking ring. I mean, are you serious? Really? I don't understand why he still got Cameron Grimes on the NXT roster, man. Get rid of the fucking guy. Get him off my TV. Seriously. Kushida does better fucking work than damn Cameron Grimes. I mean, seriously. But I was not interested in this match whatsoever. So, I'm going to move on to the next. So, we got Drake Maverick versus Killian Dain. We got Drake Maverick and Killian Dain versus Ember. So, in my opinion, I think Drake Maverick is the version of Luigi. And I think Killian Dain is the version of Mario. Let's be honest. We basically got Luigi teaming up with Mario versus Ember. That's who I call Drake Maverick, Luigi. That's who I call Killian Dain, Mario. I don't know what to call Ember. The worst team on the NXT roster. I mean, really. So then we got Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. This was a phenomenal match. These ladies gave everything they had in the ring against each other, man. And speaking of Toni Storm, is it me? Or is her legs gotten a lot thinner? Have you all noticed when Toni Storm entered the ring? Have you all noticed her legs has gotten a lot bigger? Yeah. Ever since her NXT UK debut, her legs never looked like that. Never. Her legs literally never looked like that until now. There could be three possibilities. Number one, she could be gaining weight because she's eating a lot. Number two, her legs could be looking like that. It's probably because she worked out. She's been working out. She's been working on her legs a lot. Or number three, her legs might have been like this since her NXT UK debut. Her legs look good though. Her legs look really good. Her fucking attire looks really good. Shotzi Blackheart's attire always looks good. I think Toni Storm and Shotzi Blackheart's character are both almost the same, but they have similarities to them. Shotzi Blackheart is basically a ball pit. She's the ballsy to the wallsy. Toni Storm, she's I don't know what kind of character she has, but it's almost about the same as Shotzi Blackheart's character, almost, to me, in my opinion. But this match was phenomenal between the two, man. I enjoyed it. But what I did enjoy the most was how Candice LeRae. Oh my Candice! The sexy plexi poison pexy. Candice LeRae was on the Titron. I loved how she was on the Titron and how she cut a promo and getting her revenge on Shotzi Blackheart by ramming her tank. Shotzi Blackheart was so upset and destroyed because that tank was literally like her life, man. This was the best part of her character, is her on that tank. That was the best part of her character. And now to see the tank not being used anymore, really sad. Let's be honest, she was better on the tank than off the tank. But she looks better off the tank too, though. So we got the Candice LeRae and Shotzi Blackheart feud starting. So I guess that feud has just now getting started. So I don't know how WWE booked this feud with Shotzi Blackheart and Candice LeRae. I guess that's how they did. So you might as well say the Candice LeRae and Shotzi Blackheart feud has begun. Unless I said it backwards. I hope I did. Which I don't think I did. Anyways. We got the... Velva Pedophile Dream versus Tommaso Ciampa. Man, Velveteen Dream looks disgusting. It looks like the size of doo-doo. He really does. This is him right here. That's Velveteen Dream right there. So yeah. I think overall, I'm going to go ahead and say it. The best parts on the show overall. The best parts overall on the show. The best thing on the show to me was Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai and Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. I loved the Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart match. I think that was the number one overall best thing on the show. I think Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai was the number two best overall thing on the show. So yeah, Dakota Kai versus Ember Moon was the second best thing on the show. So Dakota Kai versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart versus Toni Storm again were the two best things in my opinion on the show. And Johnny Gargano's celebration was pretty good. Pat McAfee, man, he killed it on NXT last night, man. Killed it. He cut a great promo, man. He cut a great promo on Undisputed Era. The stable looks really good, man. I'm really enjoying seeing this stable on TV, on television. I'm really enjoying seeing this stable. I can see why the A-list likes Pat McAfee a lot. I mean, because he's phenomenal. He cuts good promos. He's funny with his character. He's fucking hilarious. Not to mention, his head looks like the size of a fucking trophy, let's be honest. But outside of all that, he's hilarious. He's phenomenal, man. The guy cuts good promos in the ring. I can see why the A-list likes him, man. I really could. I really can. Really. Man, he'll probably say my head looks like the size of a fucking bowl. I'll probably say his head looks like the size of the jingle bells. These jingle bells. No. I'm gonna get the jaws on him. I'm gonna get the jaws on this guy. I'm just joking, seriously. But yeah, overall, those were the two best things on the show, in my opinion, man. Outside of all that, everything else was pretty normal, solid, you know. The show was pretty good tonight, but it was nowhere near better than last week's episode of NXT. Last week's episode of NXT was better than this week's episode of NXT. So, anyways, folks, of course you know who I am. I'm Brennan. And I'm here live with your November the 4th, 2020 NXT review. I'm going to go over what all happened on the show. Everything. When I mean I'm going to go over everything, I'm going to go over the entire fucking thing on what happened on the show last night. So, So, before we get started, folks, hit that like and subscribe button. And turn on that bell for notifications. You have got to have on those notifications because today I am dropping 2 Ingram Wrestling News videos today. Once they get dropped and uploaded to YouTube, be sure you hit that thumbs up on both of those. One of them is going to be news on probably a loaded up lineup for tomorrow night SmackDown. I know I'm doing the news on the lineup for tomorrow's SmackDown. I don't think WWE has a lineup for SmackDown yet, but they probably will in about a few hours or so. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that on Twitter, and I'll be doing the Ingram Wrestling News on that. So, and the other video you'll find out what that news will be on. So definitely have on those notifications once those 2 videos get dropped because they're gonna be pretty good. They're gonna be normal as usual. They're gonna be the same as all my other videos. I mean, they're all the same in my opinion. Just some of them have differences to them. Depends on how I, speak and how I talk, and how I say things, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, hit that like, subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, man, and follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling, and most importantly, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And the person who unsubscribed to my YouTube channel, man, you are the dumbest son of a bitch I have ever seen, dude. I have ever seen. Not only have you unsubscribed to my YouTube channel, you have unsubscribed to one of the best Ingram Wrestling News YouTube channels on YouTube. So, you're going to miss a lot of new content that I'm going to have next year. And I'm still going to be doing Ingram Wrestling News videos next year as well. So, and I'm still going to be doing NXT SmackDown. I'm still going to go live my NXT SmackDown Raw reviews next year as well. Pretty much going to be doing the same stuff next year, except for by the time next year gets here, I'll be done had Call of Duty by now, and I'll be done had the AEW game by now too. So I'm getting both the Call of Duty and the AEW game. So I'm telling you, that's why I say have on those notifications because I got more new content coming to the channel. And I'm gonna be doing some outside Ingram Wrestling News videos. So you're gonna see a video of me outside giving you the latest news, the latest WWE and AEW news. Remember, I did an outside video. I did a video. If I still have the video of me when I was outside sitting on the parking lot doing a video on the rumors. As long as I can remember. But I'm going to start back doing outside Ingram Wrestling News videos. Outside, so you can hear what it's like here in Salisbury, North Carolina. So you'll be able to hear the noise and the outside and what people do. So you can be able to hear the background of what's going on, as I'm giving you the news, the AEW news. So also, I got some more announcements. So this Saturday, I'm probably going to be doing a full Ingram Wrestling News YouTube live stream, giving you the latest WWE and AEW news. I will try the best I can. If I don't do that this Saturday, then instead I'll probably drop 2 or 3 or 4 Ingram Wrestling News videos, giving you the latest WWE and AEW news. Folks, I'm pretty solid. For some reason I'm not fired up today. For some reason I'm straight up real about what I'm saying. And I just want to thank you all for supporting me and my channel. Like I'm literally saying this from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank y'all for the love and support y'all have given me. Y'all have given me and my channel. I really appreciate it. And there's reasons why I actually repeat myself and stutter sometimes. I do have this thing called autism spectrum. And I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm actually autistic. I don't know why I didn't tell y'all this before, but I'm just now telling y'all this, so now now that explains why I talk the way I talk. I'm autistic. Heck, I was born with autism, ADHD, and OCD, man. And, I'm a good person. I'm not a bad person. Sometimes I cuss. Depends on if I cuss for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. If I see something wrong, I'm gonna cuss out and say something like it is about it. If there's something positive I see, I'm not gonna fucking cuss. I'm gonna say something nice about it. But, anyways, folks. We're going to get started with the NXT review here. So, the opening segment here. I'm going to clear my throat. I was going to tag the A-list in the tweet saying that I was going to sound like him. I was going to borrow his accent, but you know what? Never mind. I wanted this to be the most hilarious review on the channel. But from the looks of it, I kind of lied. So it won't be, because I'm actually serious about this review. I'm actually going to be a little serious on this review this afternoon. Just because I want this review to be a normal review and not be a stupidity idiot kind of review. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you all know what I'm talking about. But anyways, opening segment, we got a recap of Johnny Gargano becoming NXT North American Champion, Rhea Ripley beating Raquel Gonzalez, and Io Shirai retaining her NXT Women's Championship. See, I sound good today. Now, I probably sound better today than I sound the last time on my NXT reviewing this normal decent show that we got last night on NXT. So we got Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai with Raquel Gonzalez. So we got Moon pushes Kai into a corner, then hitting her with an arm drag takedown, which that looked like that kind of hurt her a little bit. But Kai's strong. She's a strong New Zealand woman. Kai rolls through and slams Moon's head into the mat. Moon gets control and bars Kai's arm, but Kai pulls Moon down and gets her in a headlock. So then we see Moon escaping the headlock and going after the arm again. But Kai reverses and bars Moon's left arm. Kai pulls Moon up into an arm drag, but Moon gets Kai in a scissor head, taking her down. Kai rolls back and pins Moon for 2. Now, you notice I said I was going to make this the most hilarious review ever. Now I'm making this the most normalist NXT review ever. I'm making this a normal NXT review. I was going to make it hilarious, but I don't feel hilarious anymore now. I feel a little bit serious. I feel like myself, my real self, my true self. I feel like I'm actually reviewing a show that was pretty decent, normal. Like I said in the open, the first time. So overall, this match was going solid, man. It wasn't too bad. So then they trade shoves, and Moon drops Kai with a leg sweep and a senton. Moon charges at Kai in the corner. So then Kai evades getting to the apron. Moon goes to the adjacent apron. I'm guessing. I hope I pronounced that right. And Kai pulls Moon's arm, sending her shoulder into the ring post. Kai follows it up by driving her foot into Moon's shoulder against the ring post. Back in the ring, Kai targets that same shoulder, tossing her into the corner shoulder first. Kai goes for an armbar on the same shoulder. Moon tries to roll through into a pinfall attempt, but Kai pushes Moon down. So then Moon gets back to a seating position, but Kai takes Moon down, pinning her head down with her feet. So that's what they did. So then Moon fights to her feet and hits a single arm powerbomb on Kai. Moon kicks at Kai, then hits her with an enziguri. Moon runs the ropes, but Kai follows and hits her with a forearm to the face. Now, I just want to say this real quick before I continue reading. Now, y'all notice I didn't play any music. I only played my intro music for like probably 20 minutes. That's because I was gonna, at the beginning, I was gonna try to make you guys laugh, but I don't think I did it enough. I failed, so I said, nope, I'm not doing that again. You know what I mean? I failed to make you all laugh. I didn't see no comments in the chat. So that must have been an indication that I failed. Which is actually more funnier to me. Which is actually funny. It's actually hilarious that I failed. Because I thought I was going to succeed in making y'all laugh, but I failed in the beginning of the review. So, of course, I'm responsible for that. So, anyways. So, Moon fights to her feet and hits a single arm powerbomb on Kai. Moon kicks at Kai, then hits her with an enziguri. Moon runs the ropes, but Kai follows and hits her with a forearm to the face. Moon runs the ropes and hits a kick on Moon, but Kai returns for a kick to the head. Moon runs the ropes and slides under the ring. Kai goes after her, but Moon does the same thing to her that Kai did to Moon previously, pulling her around to meet her face to face, then hitting her with a forearm smash to the face, then a kick to the head. Moon gets back in the ring and hits a suicide dive onto Kai. Moon gets back in the ring and goes for another. But Kai moves out of the way, sending Moon crashing into the barricade as we go to commercial. So back from commercial, Moon hits Kai with a spine buster, covering Kai for 2. Kai kicks Moon to the face, then runs at Moon, hitting a Yoshi tonic, pinning Moon for 2. Kai picks up Moon and goes for a go-to kick, but Moon escapes. Kai catches Moon with a kick to the head anyway, which she did. She was gonna do it, I mean, regardless, whether she failed doing it or she succeeded in doing it. Moon hits Kai with a code breaker, pinning her for 2. Moon bails Kai, telling her that she will let Kai punch her in the face for free. Kai goes to punch her, but Moon escapes and locks Kai into a crossface. Kai and Moon trade crucifix pinfall attempts. That's funny how she said she will let Kai punch her in the face for free. Oh man, Moon said she will let Kai punch her in the fucking face for free. Now, how did you fans think of that one? Oh, that was funny, wasn't it? You let her punch her in the face for free. You know she was going to do it. You know she was going to get angry and do it. Moon only made Kai angrier by saying that shit. I hope Moon realized that. I hope she did. Kai and Moon trade crucifix pinfall attempts, and Kai captures Moon's injured left arm in an armbar. Moon reaches the ropes, forcing a rope break. So then Kai pounds away at Moon's upper back, then stomps on her back. Kai picks up Moon and slaps her in the face. Moon was unfazed, and she lays into Kai with chops and knees to the midsection. So then Moon hits a hip toss on Moon. Well, actually, Moon hits a hip toss on Kai. I don't know. I read that wrong. Somehow I read that wrong. You really gotta laugh at that one. That one's really funny. I read it wrong. I don't know where my mind is today, man. I really don't. I don't know. Sending Kai into the corner. Moon tosses Kai onto the mat. Raquel Gonzalez gets on the apron, distracting Moon and the referee while Moon is distracted. Okay, fans, I'm gonna need you to do this one for me. Hey, I'm not booing Raquel Gonzalez because she's a heel. I mean, she's tall. She's a heel. She's probably a Latina or Mexican. Pata, puta, chitos. No, I'm just joking. Chitos, chitos. I'm just playing, seriously. But Raquel Gonzalez gets on the apron distracting Moon and the referee while Moon is distracted. Kai kicks Moon in the head, stunning her. Kai then picks Moon up into a fireman's chair carry. Then hits her with a go-to kick, pinning her for 3. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dakota Kai actually defeat Moon with the help, thanks to the help of Raquel Gonzalez. With the help of Raquel Gonzalez. Hadn't that ref not been distracted, Moon would have actually won that match. Y'all know that, right? Just putting that out there. Just saying. But I think this is the biggest win of Kai's career. I really do. I mean, when you look at the aspect of this match, man, the match itself was pretty normal. It was a decent match, man. Heck, this match was almost as better as Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart, if you ask me. I mean, I'm just saying. But the match was good, man. Ember Moon did some good moves in the ring. Dakota Kai did some great moves in the ring. Her wrestling skills was on display. I mean, they killed it in the ring. I mean, there's nothing more than I can say. They killed it. Heck, not to mention, Dakota Kai is one of my favorite NXT female talents on that roster. I got a lot of favorite female talents on that roster that are my favorite. I do. Really. Like, I'm literally not kidding. Like, I'm fucking serious. I'm telling the truth here. But seriously, Dakota Kai is one of my favorite NXT female talents on the roster, man. She absolutely killed it since her debut, man. She was doing great. She was doing great. Even though she had some losses and she turned heel, man. She got better when she turned heel, though. She got real better when she turned heel. I can't remember the matches she had as a heel. That's how bad my memory's brain gone. Like, I really cannot remember. I literally cannot remember the matches that she's been booked again. Oh, she had that feud with Io Shirai. Okay, that's one match I remember. That's one match I remember. Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai. Man, Dakota Kai brought her best to Io Shirai, man. I mean, but it wasn't enough. I mean, it was enough to almost win that NXT Women's Championship. I'll tell you that much. But it wasn't enough to put her down. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't really enough to hurt Io Shirai more. You know, it's just Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley is booked for next week's NXT. Just thought I'd throw that out there real quick. Just saying. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Dakota Kai's match with Io Shirai, man, she literally gave her all, man. I mean, nothing more, nothing less. And then, if I could remember, there was another match and then another feud Dakota Kai had. Oh, her feud with Tegan Nox and the Io Shirai feud, man. I mean, Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox feud had some intensity to it, you know. I mean, it wasn't too bad of a feud. I think Tegan Nox, the Dakota Kai feud would be first best, and the Io Shirai Dakota Kai feud would probably be the second best, in my full opinion. Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai feud was just as better as Io Shirai Dakota Kai feud. I mean, you could tell. You could tell by Dakota Kai turned on Tegan Nox at TakeOver. You can tell how she turned on Tegan Nox and injured Tegan Nox. Like that, that was the start. That was the start of the Tegan Nox Dakota Kai feud. One of the probably Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai's feud would probably go down as one of the best rivalries, one of the best feuds on NXT. I think it was. Honestly, I think it was better than the Candice LeRae and Tegan Nox feud, which I think will continue when the Tegan Nox makes her return from injury. Unless Candice LeRae doesn't get called up to the main roster already, which she should have been already. I don't know why that's not happening yet. Just like Chelsea Green and Vanessa Border, Rhea Ripley should have been called up to the main roster by now. Rhea Ripley's time is up in NXT, man. Rhea Ripley's time in NXT is up. She needs to get called up to the main roster. She needs to get promoted to SmackDown. She needs to go to SmackDown. That's where she needs to go. Because SmackDown roster needs to be filled up. Hell, it's bad enough that the SmackDown and Monday Night Raw rosters look like fucking complete disasters. Heck, I wouldn't even want these ladies to go up to the main roster yet anyway. Look at the rosters, man. I mean, look at the rosters. You got, on SmackDown, you got Billie Kay, Zelina Vega. Billie Kay's the worst. Zelina Vega is better than Billie Kay. To be real honest with you. And then not to mention, you got Natalya and Carmella on the SmackDown Women's roster. If that doesn't tell you how terrible the SmackDown Women's roster looks, then I don't know what else to tell you, man. Hell, the NXT Women's roster looks completely way better than the Monday Night Raw and SmackDown rosters. See, the reason why the NXT roster looks better is because of Triple H. The reason why NXT has had one of the best shows of 2020 is because of Triple H. The reason why NXT superstars do so good with their characters and promos is because of Triple H. Triple H is the leader of NXT, man. He gives us the best NXT possible, man. And last week's NXT Halloween Havoc showed just that, man. NXT Halloween Havoc last week, man, was one of the greatest NXT shows of 2020, man. Everybody praised on this show. JD praised on the show on his podcast. Freaking, who else? The A-List even said NXT was one of the greatest shows of 2020. Even the real one, that's his Twitter name, the real one, he said he even said NXT was one of the greatest of 2020. Even Kevin on his YouTube channel, on his NXT review, said that the Halloween Havoc was one of the best of 2020. That's how you know it was that great. Everybody, every podcaster, every news person, everybody said that Halloween Havoc was one of the best of 2020. And it was. I even praised on it, man. The show was great. It was fucking great. It was fantastic, man. Nothing wrong with the show at all, man. And if I can recall one of the best things on the show, I think it would be Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. And Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano did good. He did good. He did what he was supposed to do as a heel, and he won the North American title. It was all thanks to that person in that scream mask. And her name was Indy Hartwell. And then we got Candice LeRae. We got Indy Hartwell helping Candice LeRae out. But that failed. Io Shirai retained that match. So yeah, you got matches like that were the best things on that show. All the other matches, man, they were great too. All the other matches were great too. But just two out of the other matches that were on the show were, in my opinion, the best things on the show. But Dakota Kai, she's one of my favorite NXT female superstars. I got a lot of favorites, man. She's really good. She's doing really good with her character. Heck, Raquel Gonzalez is even doing good with her character as well. But what are their gimmicks? That's what I want to know. I don't know what their gimmicks are. But Dakota Kai and Raquel and Gonzalez are really good as a team. They're doing really good together, man. They really are. I think WWE is going to keep pushing Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, and I know they're starting to get their push back for some reason. And WWE did a good job booking this Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai match like how it should be. Now they're continuing. Their feud's going to continue along the way. I'm interested to see what's going to be next in their feud. So WWE really needs to continue this feud, I hope. Hopefully, it will get a whole lot better than it is now. So, anyways, we get a look at Cameron Grimes backstage. Oh, God. Oh, God. No! Get him off my TV. It's fucking Cameron Grimes. We got Cameron Grimes! Cameron Grimes! On my TV. The fucking annoying, nauseating fucking clown on my TV. I wonder if the word moon that he mentioned, I wonder if he was mentioning Ember Moon. I wonder if that's what he meant by the word moon. I don't think Ember Moon's going to appreciate Cameron Grimes mentioning the word moon. He said, Cameron Grimes, take to the moon. Whatever the fuck he said. I don't really fucking care. I'm not a fan of, like I said, I'm not a fucking fan of Cameron Grimes. Who gives a shit? Who even gives a shit about Cameron Grimes? The guy is fucking terrible, man. His fucking accent's terrible. The guy's fucking terrible, man. Get this guy off my TV. Like, seriously. We got a look at Cameron Grimes backstage, and he is asked how he feels after last week's Haunted House of Terrors match. He seems very spooked. I hope as he should be, because he's fucking terrible. His fucking accent's terrible. But he said that he's over it. A referee appears behind him to tell him that his match is next, and it scares Grimes so bad that he runs off screen. What the fuck is this? I don't understand. You get scared and you run off a fucking screen. What is this leading to? This leads to nothing. So we are told that Cameron Grimes versus Kushida is next after a commercial. I don't know. I don't know if they just randomly booked the match on the show. I don't know if they just put the match on the show, or they just lazily put it on the show. I think they just fucking lazily put this match on the show, because I did not enjoy this fucking match one bit at all. I really didn't. I did not enjoy this match at all. Kushida versus Cameron Grimes. Seeing the same matches on the show, man. Especially if it's not a feud. I don't enjoy the match if it's not a feud. Dakota Kai versus Ember Moon is a feud. That's why they're booking this match on the show. That's why they've always been booking them against each other on the show. Because it's a fucking feud. It makes sense. Why are you just throwing Cameron Grimes versus Kushida on the show? I don't get it. WWE. They're not feuding. So why put them on the show? Really. Just doesn't make sense to me, man. It's the stupid stuff I'm talking about, dude. Stupid stuff I'm talking about. And that's fucking Bruce and Vince McMahon when they fucking fail to book the right matches on the show. That's what I call their fucking terrible creative booking. Because they're fucking goddamn awful at it. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of you have seen that. Anyways. So we got Cameron Grimes versus Kushida. Oh, this match was so fucking boring. I about wanted to fucking pick up my remote and fucking change the goddamn channel, man. I really would. I really wanted to. So bad. I just was not interested in this match. I just wasn't. Especially the fact that Cameron Grimes is in the ring. I was definitely not interested in watching. Those disgusting looking hairs on his fucking chest. Cover those up, man. Nobody wants to fucking see that shit. Disturbing. Anyways, Kushida. See, I'm about to say his name wrong. Kushida tries to take down Grimes, but Grimes keeps running from him, retreating to the corner. Kushida goes for a single leg takedown, then a roll-up pinfall attempt for one. Really? Come on, Kushida. Now, you know you're not going to win that easy by trying to roll up Cameron Grimes for one. You only did little damage to him. How you gonna do little damage to him and then roll him up? Come on, Kushida. You're smarter than that, dude. Come on, man. Grimes takes Kushida down and covers him for one. Grimes did the same shit, basically. My God. That's how you know this fucking match was terrible. This fucking match was fucking terrible, man, at the beginning, dude. They kept rolling each other up for one, man. It got boring, man. It got to a point where I bet a lot of people that were watching in the Capitol Arena were probably about to shut their devices off because they're seeing Cameron Grimes on their TV as someone they're not fans of. I don't blame them. Most of them were probably picking up that remote and fucking changing it to probably Investigate Discovery or maybe TNT to AEW. Most of them probably turned it to AEW instead of seeing Cameron Grimes versus Kushida, which I don't fucking blame them. Once again. Anyways, Kushida locks in a headlock and transitions into a pin for one. Jesus Christ. Pin for one. Pin for one. Pin for one. How many times were we going to see this on the show, man? There's just constant pins. They were just as if they were fighting, as if they were lazily just pinning each other, you know, rolling each other for pins. I just didn't understand that, man. I didn't understand this. This beginning of the match was just so terrible confusing, man. Kushida bars Grimes' arm, but Grimes reverses and gets a headlock in on Kushida, then twists at Kushida's ear and stomps on his head. Okay, that sounds disturbing. Anyways, Kushida and Grimes run the ropes, and Kushida hits a hip toss into an arm bar on Grimes. Kushida goes back to Grimes' arms and furthers the submission, then breaks it and hits an arm breaker, followed by a dropkick, pinning Grimes for two. So then Grimes kicked Kushida in the face, and when Grimes gets back to his feet, he grounds Kushida with an arm bar. So then Kushida takes Grimes down with an arm drag and goes for an arm bar of his own. Grimes gets to his feet and punches Kushida in the lower back multiple times. Grimes picks up Kushida and goes for a German suplex. Kushida rolls through and goes for a pin, but Grimes kicks out. Grimes picks up Kushida and hits him with a snake eyes on the top rope. Grimes pins Kushida for two, and they go to commercial break. Back from the commercial break, so far this match was absolutely boring. I mean, who really wanted to watch this match? Nobody. Ha! No freaking body, because the match was boring. Boring sloring. It was so boring, I about wanted to take my shoe and hit Braun Strowman with it. Back from commercial, and Kushida fights out of the corner. Then Kushida hits a back spring elbow and an atomic drop, following by a drop kick and an overhead kick. Kushida tosses Grimes to the apron and then kicks Grimes off the apron. Grimes gets back in the ring and Kushida hits him with a crossbody, pinning him for two. Grimes rolls up Kushida for two. So then Grimes goes for a backslide transitions into a powerbomb. And Grimes pins him. So then Kushida kicks out at two. Kushida stands in the corner trying to catch his break. Grimes sits Kushida on the top rope, and Grimes gives chase. Kushida unbalances Grimes, and Grimes fails and is crushed on the top rope. Kushida looks like he might go for the hoverboard lock, but Kushida instead just drives Grimes' arm into the ground. I would have went for a hoverboard lock than driving him into the ground. I mean, really. Would have. Grimes goes for a roll-up, but he accidentally knocked over the ref. So, probably because he got scared of Dexter Lumis, thinking Dexter Lumis was at ringside watching him. Fucking scaredy cat. You fucking scary cat loser. Kushida catches Grimes into a hoverboard lock. Oh, he did do it. And Grimes taps out. But the ref is still knocked out outside of the ring. Grimes and Kushida run the ropes, and Grimes hits his Spanish fly crossbody move, pinning Kushida. The referee is still knocked out. A new referee comes out, and it is the same referee who was a zombie during the Haunted House of Terrors match last week. The referee runs down, but Grimes is scared, and he runs around the ring. Running from the referee, Kushida catches Grimes in a hoverboard lock, and Grimes taps out. That was Kushida's opportunity right there, because he seen that Cameron Grimes was scared. So that was it. And you know what I thought? You know what my thoughts are on this match, right? Guess what my thoughts are? Guess what my reaction and my thoughts are on this match? There you go. I let the sound do the talking for you. Anyways, moving on. We get a video of Toni Storm talking about her return to NXT and the upcoming match with Shotzi Blackheart. And then we go to commercial. I'm going to have a look at that again after this, because I didn't get to listen. I didn't get to have a listen to her talk about that. I want to hear that. I want to hear Toni Storm's sexy voice, because I know she got a sexy Australian voice. But seriously, I need to have a listen to Toni Storm talk about her return, because I want to hear it. Because she's another one of my favorite NXT talents. She was one of my favorite NXT UK superstars. Heck, not to mention Valkyrie is one of my favorite NXT UK superstars. That's why I actually downloaded Valkyrie on WWE 2K20 on this game. So back from commercial, we see a video package from Io Shirai, my number one favorite NXT Women's Champion, and my number one favorite NXT female superstar, calling out Rhea Ripley. Oh man, the nightmare. When the nightmare's fake, the nightmare's real. When the nightmare's not fake, the nightmare is actually real, but instead it's reality. Anyways. Oh God. So after we got a video package from Io Shirai calling out Rhea Ripley, we got Drake Maverick and Killian Dain. We got Luigi and Mario versus Everrise. Yep. We got Luigi and a Mario Killian Dain, because he looks like the size of Mario, and Drake Maverick looks like the size of Luigi. Now, if that doesn't make you guys laugh, and I don't know what else to do to make you laugh. I don't know what else to say to make you laugh. So, we got Maverick and Dain go right after Martel and Parker, which Martel's name sounds like Marcel Barthel. I mean, I'm just saying. Can we please get a Martel versus Marcel? No, I'm just joking. Please don't even think about it. Don't even think about booking Marcel versus Martel. Please. Don't do no stupid thing like that. I just made that up. So Maverick and Dain go right after Martel and Parker. Dain tosses Maverick out of the ring and starts the match with Chase Parker. Dain tags Maverick in and throws him at Parker. I didn't know Chase Parker, and I didn't even realize Chase Parker until I looked him up on Wikipedia and seen that his partner was Martel. Anyway, Dain tags Maverick in and throws him at Parker. Then hits a senton on Parker. Dain tosses Maverick down onto Parker. And Maverick pins him for 2. So Matt Martell tags in and punches away at Maverick. Parker tags in and hits a running knee to the head of Maverick, pinning him for 2. Parker goes after a nerve in Maverick's neck, putting pressure on it. Parker hits Maverick with an elbow to the back of the head. Then he tosses Maverick face first into the corner. So here's what happened after that. So then Maverick fights back, nailing Parker with a punch, then getting a foot up when Parker seemingly runs at Maverick. Parker tries to block Maverick from making the tag, but Maverick sends Parker out of the ring. Instead of going for the pin, Maverick goes out of the ring and attacks Parker. Meanwhile, we see the footage from outside showing Pat McAfee, Danny Burch, Arnie Larkin, and Pete Dunne entering the arena. They come down and attack Killian, Dain, and Pete Dunne, while Pat McAfee looks. So they just gave the win to Drake Maverick and Killian Dain. They didn't say whether it was a win by disqualification or a pinfall. And I just think that was stupid. I just think that was fucking stupid. The way they booked this match was absolutely fucking stupid. The way they did it. Which goes to show how terrible Bruce Vince McMahon and WWE Creative Management are, man. If this ain't any indication that this was Vince McMahon and Bruce's involvement, then I don't know what kind of indication this is. I don't know what else to tell you. If this ain't an indication to you that this tag match was fucking terrible, then you know what? Something must be wrong with you. Folks, I watched this match, man. This fucking match was absolutely a waste of my time and everybody's time watching it. Absolutely a waste, man. What the fuck are they doing with Killian Dain and Drake Maverick? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. Are they building these guys up? Are they trying to bury these guys, waste these guys on TV, or what? I mean, it's also like they thrown this match on the card too. Not only do I think they randomly threw Cameron Grimes versus Kushida on the card, I think they randomly booked this tag match on the fucking card too. Which I think is one reason why AEW is going to defeat NXT in the viewership, because the way NXT did the show, it's like they randomly booked these matches on the show. It's like, why are we getting Kushida versus Cameron Grimes? I questioned that last night when I watched it. I questioned that. Why do we get this fucking match? We've already saw it once. Why are we getting it twice? You know? Shit, the middle of the show just didn't make sense, man. The tag match they booked on the show didn't make sense. It was fucking stupid. Why would you let them win and not let them win by disqualification? How does this make sense, man? I don't know, man. Typical fucking terrible creative booking, man. It's what it is, man. That's exactly what I think it is. Terrible creative fucking booking, man. Terrible decision by WWE booking this tag match that only ended in a terrible fucking ending. After the match, Pete Dunne takes out Maverick. He helps Burch and Larkin hit an elevated DDT on Dain. This feels so boring. The middle of this show felt so boring, man. It did. It wasn't all. That's why I said it wasn't too bad. It was sort of good. It wasn't that good. The show wasn't that good. McAfee, it didn't feel good. It just felt awkward. It felt fucking weird. I don't know how else to fucking explain it. It felt weird. Strange. The show just didn't feel all that too good. McAfee gets on the apron and shoots the camera at himself. Oh, really? Oh, really? So are we going to say that's boring too? The fuck, man? The fuck? Fuck out of here with this shit. Burch, Larkin, and Dain saying, "Smile if you are a part of the greatest four-man team in wrestling history." Oh, really? All you did is beat up Drake Maverick and Killian Dain. How are you gonna fucking call yourself the goddamn four-man team in wrestling history? Who the fuck paired you guys up? That's what I want to know. Was it fucking Bruce or Vince? My God, man, they need to fucking get Pat McAfee off this fucking show. What are they doing with this guy? I mean, he never mind getting him off the show. He did good with his promos, but what are they doing with him? Can WWE give us information on what's going on with Pat McAfee? What are they doing? Is he a fucking wrestler or is he a podcaster? I'll tell you what he is. A fucking podcaster. Not a fucking wrestler. Why don't you start treating him like one? NXT? My God, dude. It's gotta be Vincent Bruce's involvement, man. This, I'm not gonna take the blame on Triple H because Triple H has nothing to do with this shit. I know this wasn't Triple H. This had to be Bruce and Vince's involvement. Putting Pat McAfee on this goddamn show. Triple H is doing great. He's doing better than Bruce and Vince McMahon. But come on, man. Seriously. Seriously, man. What is this shit? Killian Dain got beat up so bad that Nikki Cross retweeted and said that she was going to get him, and she wasn't happy with the way Killian Dain was laying on the road. She was gonna go. It was so bad she was gonna go fucking jump in her car and go drive to the Performance Center and go get him. So he said, "Smile if you are a part of the greatest four-man team in wrestling history." No, actually, the Undisputed Era are the greatest team in history. I don't know what to call this team. I mean, honestly. Seriously, man. All four men laugh, taunt at the camera as they go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, McAfee, Dunn, Burch, and Larkin are standing in the ring. Oh, really? Okay. McAfee is cutting a promo saying that they run NXT. Oh, so you're saying you run NXT because you helped Arnie Larkin and Danny Burch win the NXT Tag Team Champions, right? Is that why you say you run NXT? Ah, yeah. You think you got us fooled, Pat McAfee? I don't think so, you fucking podcasting clown. You're not fooling us. We ain't stupid. Trying to act like you all bad. No, you're not. You're not a wrestler, dude. If you was, you would be wearing a wrestling attire, you fucking dumb fuck. My God, man. McAfee is cutting a promo saying that they run NXT and they are scum. They aren't scumbags. No, Pat McAfee's a scumbag for helping Danny Burch and Arnie Larkin winning the tag team champions. Because they weren't even Arnie Larkin and Danny Burch. In my opinion, I don't even think they were ready to be tag team champs yet. I don't even think they're ready to be NXT tag team champions. I mean, WWE hasn't even built these guys up. They did nothing with these guys. How do they deserve to be tag team champions? NXT did nothing with these guys. Absolutely nothing. I had seen the NXT do absolutely nothing with these guys. Not a single shitting thing with these guys. So they paid tribute to Undisputed Era. He says that tonight they will hang the Undisputed Era banner in the Rifters to commemorate their reign in NXT. So I'm guessing, actually I'm going to say it after this. I'm going to read the rest. McAfee runs down Undisputed Era some more, talking about how they were very dominant and very popular. McAfee calls out Pete Dunne, asking Dunne what happened with they needed another member in Undisputed Era, talking about how Roger Strong turned on him. So he got revenge on O'Reilly. McAfee, Larkin, and Dunn get ready to raise the banner into the Rift Tears. But they change their mind and decide to throw the banner into a trash can. Arnie Larkin grabs a trash can and brings it into the ring. On the more so, Birch gets out lighter fluid and a lighter. McAfee tosses the banner in the garbage can, and Dunn pours lighter fluid into the can. Dunn lights his lighter and tosses it onto the trash, starting a fire. McAfee says, "We're the greatest, you suck, cheers," and all four of them leave the ring, walking to the back. McAfee looks like a fucking size of a panther. Or actually, he looks like the size of a panda. Looks like Ciampa from Darren Dragon Ball Super. That's what he fucking looks like. My God. The camera follows them to the back, but before they can get into the car, Killian Dain appears in the tag team one day. Take out Dain. He ends up laying in the way of the open door. Pete Dunne kicks to the door. He kicks the door into Dain's face, busting his face open. McAfee, Birch, Larkin, and Dunn drive off as they head to commercial. Back from commercial, Johnny Gargano is home at his dinner table. He says how much he loves wheels and loves making history. A person in the Scream Mask is sitting at the table with Gargano. Gargano tells that person that he will successfully defend his title next week against a worthy opponent. So then we got Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. Finally, we're getting to something that was great on the show, better than the fucking tag team match we got, the god-awful tag team match we got on this show. My God. You want to talk about something terrible? Let's talk about something good. Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart was great. Phenomenal on the show. Man, folks, the women's division has absolutely been on fire lately, man. The NXT women's division is now doing better than the AEW women's division. The AEW women's division over there on AEW, man. Oh my God, that women's division looks absolutely, they are doing absolutely fucking terrible with the AEW women's division. Seriously, man. Absolutely. I even heard JD and Chi-Town Smirk on his friend, one of his friends, Chi-Town Smirk, Jesse, on their podcast last night, saying that they are doing absolutely terrible with the women's division. I absolutely agree with JD from NY, man. One of my guys that I've been inspired by, man. The guy does so good on this podcast, man. The guy's the smartest man you could ever talk to, man. The guy is the number one podcaster in the IWC. Man, let me remind you fucking geeks, you fucking trolls on Twitter that are always getting at JD. Let me remind you that JD had one of his best fucking rants on his Monday Night Raw review. So don't ever try to play this man. And he does way better than you fucking trolls on Twitter that got YouTube channels. I'm pretty sure you trolls got YouTube channels, and I'm pretty sure you do fucking terrible. Heck, I probably do more than you fucking trolls on Twitter. But anyways, AEW Women's Division was absolutely fucking terrible. I did comment on JD's chat on his AEW review. I did say that. The Women's Division is terrible, man. I mean, over there on AEW, man, their division, Women's Division, man, oh my God. It has been terrible as it always been. I mean, really. Who would want to watch a AEW women's superstar in the ring performing terribly? I mean, nobody. Just like the fact that just like on Twitter when I said, who really watches this Monday Night Raw garbage every Monday nights? Nobody. Nobody. Just like nobody watches NXT when it's a fucking boring, god-awful show. Just like nobody watches SmackDown when it's fucking terribly fucking illogical 2-hour waste of fucking garbage. Just like Monday Night Raw when it's a 3-hour waste of fucking garbage on that show. Really. Man, Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart, man, it was way better than the tag team match. It was way better than the tag team match on NXT, man. That tag team match was fucking terrible. The way they ended, man. Oh, my God. Dude, how about I want to throw a shoe at a fucking TV, man? My fucking TV, seriously. You want to talk about something that was decent? You want to talk about a match that was decent? Let's talk about Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. You want to talk about a match that was the best thing on the show? Let's talk about Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. You want to talk about a match that was way better than all the other matches that were booked on the show last night? Let's talk about Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. You want to talk about two of the best NXT talents on the roster going at it, clashing. Let's talk about Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. These two gave it their all in the ring. Can't help but wonder why Toni Storm's legs is so thick. Can't help but wonder. Her legs look good, but her legs do look good, but dang, her legs has gotten bigger. As if she's been lifting weights. As if she's been working out. But never mind that, man. Let's go over what happened with this match. In particular. So, Shotzi runs at the ring and shoves Toni Storm immediately. She seems to be having an issue with Toni Storm for some reason. So, Storm strikes away at Shotzi and kicks her to the mat. Shotzi goes for a move from the top rope. I was kind of quiet for a second because I was trying to figure out, why would Shotzi Blackheart have a problem with Toni Storm? Is it because she's wearing the same leather socks? Really? So, yeah, anyways, Shotzi goes for a move from the top rope, and Storm attacks her. We hear from the commentary team that Shotzi was blaming Toni Storm for her tank going missing. Oh, that's why she shoved Toni Storm. That explains it. Ain't that a fucking bitch? Ain't that something? So Shotzi runs at Toni in the corner, but Storm moves out of the way. Storm runs at Shotzi in the corner, then pins her for 2. Toni picks Shotzi up. Little does she know it wasn't Toni Storm. It was Candice LeRae. Anyways, Toni picks up Shotzi and strikes her in the chest. Toni hits a suplex, pinning Shotzi for 2. That was a good suplex from Toni. Storm picks up Shotzi and gets Toni in an inside cradle, pinning her for 2. Storm takes Shotzi down with a boot, then picks her up and hits an uppercut on Shotzi. Toni Storm was getting impressive in the ring. She was doing good in the ring. She was taking control. Toni Storm took control of this match until Shotzi retreated to the corner, and Storm hits a snapmare, pinning her for 2. Storm locks in a headlock and transitions into a variation of a cranium crunch, then transitions into a pin for 2. Storm picks up Shotzi and gets another headlock. So then Shotzi gets to her feet, but Toni takes her down for another pinfall for 2. But Shotzi Blackheart on the screen looks like Sarah Schreiber. Anyways, Shotzi gets to her feet again, but Shotzi Blackheart looks like Shotzi Blackheart. I mean, look at the screen, but she kind of looks like Sarah Schreiber too, with her eyebrows and her eyes. Anyways, so like I said, Storm picks up Shotzi and gets another headlock. Shotzi gets to her feet, but Toni takes her down for another pinfall for 2. Storm keeps the headlock in on Shotzi, but Shotzi gets to her feet again. So then Storm hits a double underhook suplex on Shotzi, pinning her for 2 again as they go to commercial break. So then back from commercial break, Shotzi hits an enziguri on Storm, then a reverse sling blade. She kicks Storm in the side of the head, then hits a senton on Storm's back. We are told that Killian Dain is on the way to the hospital following an attack from B. Dunn. Shotzi goes for an enziguri, but Storm dodges and hits a German suplex. Storm doesn't release, and Shotzi tries to reverse into a sliced bread, but Storm blocks and hits a German suplex, bridging into a pin for 2. Storm goes for the Storm driver, but Shotzi blocks and hits a side suplex, pinning Storm for a very near 2 count. So then Shotzi runs the ropes, and Storm hits her with a headbutt. Storm falls into Shotzi, covering her for a 2 count. Shotzi goes to the top rope, but Shotzi gets up and stuns Storm, sending her to the apron. They trade blows and strikes. Shotzi hits Toni with a kick to the head, then hits a modified DDT, sending Storm face first into the ring apron. So then Shotzi gets to her feet and gets in the ring at the referee's 8 count before she can continue her match much more. Candice LeRae appears on the screen saying that she found Shotzi's tank in the middle of the road. That's what I loved. The fact that Candice LeRae was acting like a heel saying all this. But anyway, she says she will watch the tank for her. Toni takes advantage of distraction and rolls up Shotzi for the win. So then, after Toni Storm's win, Candice reappears on the screen, gets in a truck with large wheels, and she runs over Shotzi's tank, destroying it. The camera shoots back up and shows Candice in the truck, and the masked figure is in the back seat. Excuse me for my phone doing that. Candice says, "We're even. I've been having bots calling me on my phone lately. I don't know why. I can't stand that shit. They do that every time I go live with my reviews. Bots all of a sudden call me on my phone. I can't stand that shit." So anyways, we're even, and drives off Shotzi, is hipster critically rating in the ring. Storm tries to comfort her, but Shotzi pulls away and continues to cry as they go to commercial break. So, anyways, we see a video of Legado del Fantasma showing up at the arena today. Jake Atlas pulls up and hits Rael Mendoza with a bat and threatens to hit Joaquin Wilde with the bat as well before getting back into his car and driving away. So I'm guessing they're continuing the Jake Atlas and the Legado Fantasma feud. That's my guess. That's my only guess. Anyways, we get a live session of the garbage, the absolutely terribly illogical, boring Dutch Ass Dutch Can wrestling. This had to be the involvement of Vince and Bruce for this god-awful live session of Dutch Ass Dutch Can wrestling. So Thatcher says that tonight's lesson is on reversals. Who fucking cares? He shows how a Gelaton choke works and then shows how to reverse out the hold. He keeps punishing his student with top wrist lock. His student seems very upset, but says that he is good. He tries to get his student to do the escape. He lures the student into an ankle lock. The student fiercely taps, and Thatcher talks about how you have to be prepared. Austin Gray, Thatcher's last student, comes out and attacks Thatcher. He hits Thatcher with a kick, sending him over the barricade, into the audience and he runs off. That's all. That's it. That's all we got. That's all that was. What are they doing with Timothy Thatcher? I don't understand. I don't get it. Are they building this guy up for another feud, for his next feud? I wonder what his next feud's going to be with. When is he going to be booked in the feud? Folks, man, I have not been a fan of Timothy Thatcher. I was never a fan of Timothy Thatcher, man. I mean, he is god-awful as it gets, man. Absolutely terrible. This was an absolutely terrible Thatch Can wrestling thing. I'm assuming this was a video package of the Thatch Can wrestling. Absolutely terrible, man. Anyways, which goes to show how boring the middle of this show, the middle of this NXT show was. Anyways, Xia Li, one of my other favorite NXT female talents, is backstage. Remember, I did an England Wrestling News video on what's going on with Xia Li and Big Boa. Yeah. Asked about how the letters that she has been getting from Boa. I think Karen Q's going to be involved in this storyline. So anyway, she says that they are letters from her family and they are personal. So she doesn't wish to share them. But she just says that she needs to win. Warren Ringo appears with a new letter. And Lee says that she needs to challenge Raquel Gonzalez next week. Ringo says that he will take care of it. WWE is continuing to build up Xia Li's heel turn. She hasn't turned heel yet. Not yet. She hasn't turned heel yet. But it's going to happen soon. And as soon as it happens, I think we are going to get a Xia Li and Karen Q feud with Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. WWE needs to do this tag team feud right. It needs to be done right. It does not need to be done the wrong way. Please don't do what you did with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. I think the Women's Tag Team Champions need to be taken off Raw and transferred to NXT, to where all the NXT Women's Tag Teams on the NXT can become WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They need the chance. You need to give these young ladies a chance, man, to shine. Seriously, man. But no, Bruce and Vince McMahon probably don't even want the WWE Women's Tag Team titles to go to NXT, because they're probably going to be jealous of the NXT Women's Division. Let's be honest, they already are. They're jealous of what Triple H is doing with all his talent on the roster. Triple H is doing right with the talent. He's doing the right thing, man. He is building up talent, giving them what they need, heading towards the main roster. This man Bruce, all they're doing with this talent is wasting them and burying them on TV. You've seen how they killed 5 NXT talents on the roster. All of them were members of Retribution. You've seen how they killed Matt Riddle's run on the main roster. You've seen how they killed Keith Lee on the main roster. And now he's not limitless anymore. He's fucking limited. Keith Lee. You might as well say Retribution is limited, because they're fucking failures. They're fucking losers. They keep losing. They're getting wasted on TV because of Bruce and Vince McMahon. Because Bruce don't know how to write Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Fucking scripts probably look absolutely fucking terrible every week. And then you wonder why Vince McMahon looks at the scripts and rips them and walks out. My God, man. Fucking Bruce Prichard. He needs to get fucking fired. Not to mention Vince McMahon needs to get fired himself. Their creative thinking is fucking terrible. I've been saying this the last 1,000 times, dude. I don't know how many times we're going to keep saying this shit. Hell. This new storyline with Xia Li and Boa is way better than this garbagely thatch can wrestling bullshit. Jesus Christ. At least WWE is doing something good with the Xia Li and Boa storyline. They're doing absolutely terrible with this thatch can bullshit on this NXT show. My God, man. Absolutely fucking terrible. Timothy Thatcher, absolutely terrible, dude. I don't even know why they even brought him on the NXT roster if they should have known they were going to waste him on TV. Like, really. The guy's not good. I think Timothy Thatcher needs to just ask for his release at this point, man. It's not looking good for him. It's really not. At the same time, even though I'm not a fan of Timothy Thatcher, I feel bad for Timothy Thatcher. He needs to ask for his release now. They're not using him. They don't want him on TV. They don't want him. They don't want him. They don't want him. So we got Tommaso Ciampa and Velveteen Dream facing off in the main event right after a commercial break. Oh my God. You know how many times we've seen this fucking match? You know what? This was a good... I will say this. This was a good match for Tommaso Ciampa. Not for Velveteen Dream, but for Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa is better than Velveteen Dream. In a lot of ways. In a whole lot of fucking ways. Tommaso Ciampa hasn't did anything bad. Unlike Velveteen Dream has. You remember that fucking scandal? Yeah, they dropped that investigation. There was nothing. They found nothing. And people are still mad about it till this day. Heck, I don't blame them. Shit. I really don't blame them. Velveteen Dream's nothing more than a pedophile. He will always be called a pedophile. That's pedophile number one right there. Austin Theory's pedophile-year-old woman that he was with in that photo that he was caught with during that Speak Out movement. Remember that one? Yeah. Now, why we still got a pedophile? We got a sex predator in the fucking ring wrestling a two-time NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa? Or former NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa? Project Ciampa. And at the end when the show went off air, Tommaso Ciampa cut a passionate promo, and I'm going to tell you about that one at the end of the NXT review, because everybody needs to notice his passionate promo touched everybody. This was important. Tommaso Ciampa, he does cuts the best promos on NXT. He has the best character on NXT. His work is good on NXT. He kills it on NXT, man. He does what he has to do. There's no escape now, you fucking clowns on Twitter. You fucking trolls. It's like there's no escape of me getting off Twitter rather than get on. And do not try to compare me to Corbin. I don't sound like King Corbin. There is trolls on Twitter that are saying I sound like King Corbin. I do not sound nowhere near like King Corbin. Do I look like fucking King Corbin to you? No. Do I sound like King Corbin to you? No. I am not terrible. I am a human being. Somebody on Twitter is saying that I sound like King Corbin. I do not sound like him. For God's sake, man. Seriously. I'm not even joking. Have you all ever got tired of someone calling you something that you don't like being called? Yeah, I get tired of being called certain names. I don't blame y'all for getting tired of being called a lot of names. You get called ugly, you get called stupid. I can't stand that. I can't stand that. I really can't. And at this point, I don't even care who wins the election as long as America is safe. As long as America is safe, we're safe. I mean, we won't be safe from this violence and crime that keeps happening, and this racism that's spreading around. All this shit needs to stop, man. People need to get together. People need to come together as a community Become friends. Be nice to one another. Don't go around here committing crimes and violence and doing all this racism and bullcrap, man. Come on. Racism, you know racism gets you in trouble. So why do it? Why do it? If it gets you in trouble, why do it? Seriously, man. All those scandals almost got Velveteen Dream in trouble. You seen that, right? Speak Out movement almost got Austin Theory in trouble. Joey Ryan lost all his fucking money. Filed a lawsuit against Impact. You seen Tasha Blanchard was spreading all that racism on Twitter. You seen that one, right? And then there was a woman on Twitter that I seen said that she had to leave Twitter because she was getting bad messages on Twitter. I saw a tweet from Justin talking about that woman. Saying to show that woman support. People need to support people, man. When people like that is getting bad messages and homeless or not, or I'm not trying to say homeless, but when people are getting bad messages like that, when people are just dissing people like that, just doing people like that, man, support them. Show them support. Give them the support that they need, man. We got too many people that's doing bad shit, man. People need to get it together and live a life, grow some balls, know your role, man. Seriously. We got too many people doing bad things around here, man. Can't afford to lose another person, seriously. We cannot afford to lose our family members or our friends. We need to live the life that we can live, you know. There's too many family members out here getting killed. You know, there's people out here without no jobs, man. I mean, come on. Help one another. Pick each other up. Lift each other up, man. Help one another. Get together as a community. No matter, you know, what color you are, you know. And make sure you protect yourself, man. Keep your family safe. Protect yourself from, you know, getting the virus and all this. And like Tommaso Ciampa said, soon the mask will be off. Soon we won't be wearing any more masks. And I really got to tell y'all about that passionate promo Tommaso Ciampa cut in the ring, man. This was passionate. It really was. So here's what happened with the match between Velveteen Dream and Tommaso Ciampa. So Dream goes for a cheap shot at the start of the match, but Ciampa dodged and the bell rings. Dream gets Ciampa in a headlock, but Ciampa reverses into a headlock of his own. Ciampa goes after Dream's casted left arm, trying to tear the cast off. So then Dream escapes to the outside and he slams his hand on the announce table, hurting his own hand. Hurting his own hand. Why would you... I would have never did that, man. Hurting your own hand, man. That looks like that fucking hurt. He hurt his own hand. That really looked like that hurt. That looked like that looked like he could go to a hospital for that or something, man. It just looked terrifying how he hurt his hand, man. I don't know, man. How somebody help me. What am I trying to say? How am I trying to put it? I know somebody in this chat's listening. What am I trying to say? Come up with what I'm trying to say here. His hand, man. He could have went to the hospital. He could have had his hand replaced. You know, you just cannot hurt your hand like that, man. It's not cool. Anyways, Ciampa chases Dream to the outside, and Dream pushes Ciampa into the fence on the outside. Ciampa picks up Dream and drops him mid-session first onto the barricade, and then kicks him to the head. He definitely kicked him hard in the head. I mean, so hard that his brain probably moved inside. Dream runs away, but Ciampa chases, picking up Dream and dropping him on the announce table. So then Ciampa grabs Dream's arm, slams it into the announce table. Let me remind you, this is the main event. This was the main event, NXT. So Ciampa sits on the apron and pats himself on the back, and the crowd cheers him on. So seemingly Ciampa is turning back face. So we're getting the babyface Ciampa again that we've always known that was good. Ciampa does so good as a heel and a babyface, man. He does really good as a heel and a babyface. That's how passionate and how good Ciampa is with his promos and how good he is in the ring. That's how good he is with his characters, man. With his babyface and heel characters. Ciampa is one of the greatest of all time on NXT, man. He is one of the greatest NXT talents of all time. He really is. He gives whatever the fans want, he gives them what they want to see. That's Ciampa, man. That's Ciampa. So anyways, Ciampa gets back in the ring. Dream pushes Ciampa in the corner. Dream tries to toss Ciampa into the corner. But Ciampa reverses and tosses Dream hard into the corner, sending Dream over the top and tumbling to the outside. Dream tries to retreat up the ramp, but Ciampa stops him and tosses him back in the ring, hitting a running knee. Ciampa goes for a fairy tale ending. But Dream escapes. Ciampa goes after Dream's injured arm again. So then Dream tries going to the top rope, but then Ciampa pulls on Dream's arm, which that looked like that hurt Dream, which he got exactly what he deserved. That's what I call Ciampa getting his revenge on Dream for ruining his match with Kushida. Sending him crashing to the mat. Dream rolls to the outside and Ciampa stomps away at Dream as they go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, and I think this was the final commercial break. So Ciampa goes for a superplex on Dream. Dream fights Ciampa off, but Ciampa goes after Dream's injured arm again. So Velveteen Dream digs his cast into Ciampa's face, getting him the upper hand. Dream hits a spine buster on Ciampa. So then Dream, he mounts Ciampa and strikes away at Ciampa's face. Dream goes for a modified crossface, driving his cast into Ciampa's orbital bone. Ciampa fights out, but Dream kicks Dream. Dream kicks Dream. Dream kicks Dream. I'm just joking. Dream kicks Ciampa in the head. Dream hits an atomic drop on Ciampa. But Ciampa gets back to his feet and hits a series of clotheslines on Dream. Ciampa hits a running clothesline on Dream in the corner. Then follows it up with a suplex. Ciampa pins Dream for 2. Dream gets to his feet, but Ciampa tosses him to the mat by his wrist. Dream rolls up Ciampa for 2. Dream goes for a Dream Valley driver, but Ciampa blocks. Dream sends Ciampa to the outside and hits a diving crossbody onto Ciampa to the outside. And then Dream hits a suplex on Ciampa, dumping him to the outside. Ciampa crashed nasty on the back of his neck. Oh, he did, man. Did y'all see that last night on NXT? Ciampa crashed really bad on his neck. And the officials should have went and checked on him, man. They didn't even fucking do that shit. What a fucking shame. Which goes to show how stupid and bad, how stupid and how stupid the officials are, period. Dream topples over, hitting his head on the apron. Dream hits Ciampa with a superplex, or super kick, and tosses a chair, and then Ciampa back in the ring. I haven't even seen Velveteen Dream do a superplex in the ring, let alone, I don't think nobody's seen him do that. The referee hit Ciampa with his cast from the top rope. Ciampa catches Dream with a leaping knee, leading to Willow's belt, and then a fairy tale ending, pinning Dream for 3. Undisputed Era is going to really kick McAfee and his stable's ass. I'm just going to throw that out there. But Ciampa wins the match You know, he hits the Willow's Bell, did a fairy tale ending, pinning Dream for 3. So yeah, Ciampa turned face. He's not a heel anymore. He's turned face in his match against Velveteen Dream. Patting himself on the back had to be an indication that he turned face. I think he was acting like a face, but seemingly going back to his heel character. But he was really acting like a face when he cut that passionate promo. After Tommaso Ciampa's win, Tommaso Ciampa stands in the ring and reveals in the applause of the crowd as NXT goes off air. So, all right. It's not the end of the review yet. So check this out, folks. Ciampa cut a passionate promo on fans after WWE NXT. So Ciampa and Velveteen Dream, went over what happened in the match. They battled in the main event of NXT this week, but after the show went off air, Ciampa had more to say. So Ciampa missed having live fans in attendance at their events as much as anyone. He thanked everyone who was in the Capitol Wrestling Center for being there. He spoke about how pro wrestling brings together people from all religions, ages, rages. I said rages. That's funny. From all religions, ages, races, or race. Might as well say races because it's RACES. It does say races. But seriously, he spoke about how pro wrestling brings together people from all religions, ages, races in one building. Pro wrestling binds everyone together. Tommaso Ciampa is proud to say he's an NXT superstar. I agree. He is an NXT superstar. Then Ciampa encouraged the fans to keep coming out to the shows. He said sooner or later they will remove masks from the crowd. They will fill up arenas all over the world, and they will continue sharing their art form on all of these stages. This goes to show how respectful and how much of a great person Tommaso Ciampa is, saying all these things. Tommaso Ciampa had a lot to say, and NXT provided him with a live microphone last night to address the crowd. The statement was obviously one that WWE decided that they want everyone else to see as well. So, this was a great and passionate message, man. Goes to show how respectful and how much of a good pro wrestler Ciampa is, man. The most respected guys on the NXT roster. He is a definition of the NXT locker room leader. He is a real NXT leader, man. He really is. Really is, man. He is dedicated to what he does in the ring, what he gives the fans, what they want to see. The guy is respectful, man. Most respected talents on that roster, man. Without Ciampa, I think NXT would probably fall off the fucking radar. Seriously. Folks, that's going to do it for your November the 4th, 2020 NXT review. If you enjoyed this review, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. And I don't mind you people hitting the thumbs down. I don't mind. That lets me know that I need to improve, obviously. I understand that. I respect that. By all means. I do. Seriously. But, folks, it's been good to see you watching tuning in for my NXT review. I thought it was going to be one of my most hilarious reviews, but turned out not. I failed. But it's okay. This review was still good, though. It was still good, though. But I'm going to end this. Be sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications. I got 2 Ingram Wrestling News videos dropping tomorrow. You'll find out what those videos are, because I'm actually going to post the thumbnails on Twitter tomorrow. So, and my WWE SmackDown live stream will be live. I'm going to be live while I'm watching SmackDown, give you my SmackDown live reactions. And I'm going to be live just wanting to chat with you all. So I'm going to be live chatting and giving you all my live reaction. And then my SmackDown review. Like it or not, it's going to be live tomorrow night after SmackDown goes off air. So, hopefully they give us a good show. I want to see the feud of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso continue. I want to see this Jey Uso and Roman Reigns feud. I hope they give us more of Jey Uso and Roman Reigns and Sasha Banks and Bayley tomorrow night. Man, I would much rather see the Jey Uso and Roman Reigns feud and the Sasha Banks and Bayley feud than any other feud on that goddamn show. One of the Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks and Bayley are one of the best things, in my opinion, one of the best things going for SmackDown right now. One of the best professional wrestlers on the SmackDown roster that SmackDown could ever offer. That WWE could ever offer. They are four of the best things going for SmackDown, man. And I think the viewership may go up for SmackDown if SmackDown delivers tomorrow night. I think when the viewership comes in, it's going to say that AEW defeats NXT. I'm going to check to see if the viewership's in. But in the meantime, folks, have a good rest of your Thursday. And remember what I said, man. Come together as a community. Stick together, you know. Keep your family, keep yourself and your family safe. Protect yourself at all costs, you know. Be sure you wear a mask when you're going out somewhere public. You know. Don't get yourself and your family sick. This virus will be over soon before you know it, man. I know it will. I'm confident that it will. And you should too. You should yourself. You should too. For real. You all should be confident that this virus will be over. And people, you stop being concerned about the election. It doesn't matter who wins. You need to worry about America being safe. That's the most important thing you need to worry about. How America's going to be safe. So, as long as America is safe, I don't care who wins. Really, I don't. At first I did, but now I don't. You don't see me complaining about the election. If Trump wins, he wins. Biden wins, he wins. This is what it is. Don't let the election get to you, man. Focus on you and what you got to do in your life. You know, don't worry about this election bullshit. All this bullshit, corrupted bullshit's going on. Don't worry about that, man. Folks, I'm getting out of here. Have a good day. Stay safe. See you on my Friday Night SmackDown live stream, and see you on my Friday Night SmackDown review after the SmackDown live stream. Peace. I'm out of here.